Welcome back to another explainer. I am so excited to dive into this one with you today because, honestly, we're looking at a massive shift in how businesses actually get found. More importantly, we're talking about this kind of invisible threat that is quietly costing you high-intent leads, probably without you even realizing it. So we're going to unpack exactly why AI assistants are skipping over perfectly good businesses, why they're recommending your competitors instead, and of course, exactly what you can do to fix it.
Okay, so I want to kick things off with a really quick challenge. It takes exactly 60 seconds. I want you to literally pull out your phone, open up ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, whatever AI you use, and type in this exact question. Who is the best, followed by your trade and your town? Right? Don't use a regular search engine, use the AI. Now read the answer. Did it spit out a list of your competitors? And the real question, is your business actually named? Because if it's not, well, you really need to pay close attention to what we're going through today.
All right, let's dive right into this. You know, for the last 20 years, the rules of the internet were actually pretty stable. A customer types some keywords into a search bar, they get a page of 10 blue links, and they scroll. And hey, even if you were stuck way down on page 2, you still existed. You at least had a shot. But today, we have entered what we're calling the no-scroll reality. Now, when a customer asks an AI assistant for a recommendation, they get back this confident conversational answer that usually only gives them 1 to 3 names. That's it. There's no page 2, there's no sponsored box at the top to just buy your way into. It is totally binary. You're either in that private conversation or you just lose the job.
And the stakes here are just incredibly high. The source data we're looking at shows that over 47% of consumers are now using AI assistants for product research and purchase decisions. Think about that. Almost half of the entire market is actively moving their discovery process away from traditional search bars and moving toward conversational AI. And that number, it's growing by double digits every single quarter. Now, this data perfectly illustrates why that shift matters so much to your bottom line. Just look at these conversion rates. A standard traditional search traffic conversion rate sits right around 2%. But when an AI assistant recommends a business, that conversion rate jumps all the way to 8%, literally 3 to 4 times higher. And why is that? It's because AI recommendations carry this implicit trust. To the user, it feels like a really smart, knowledgeable friend is handing them a pre-qualified answer. So when you capture an AI recommendation, you are grabbing someone who is highly motivated and totally ready to buy. Which brings us to the big question. If that traffic is so incredibly valuable, why on earth is the AI bypassing your perfectly good business and handing those leads to someone else?
Which brings us to section 1, the visibility gap, and why you're being skipped.
So let's unpack this gap. Look, AI assistants aren't magic, right? They build their answers based on what they can read and what they actually trust. And there are 3 specific culprits that are causing you to be skipped. First up, your website answers absolutely no real questions. Honestly, most local business sites are just a nice hero image, maybe a few bullet points, and a contact form. But buyers are asking AI really complex things like, hey, how much does this cost? Or do they handle weekend emergencies? If you don't answer those questions directly on your site, the AI is just going to confidently quote a competitor, even one with a way uglier website who actually did answer it. Second culprit, you're missing from trusted third-party sources. We're talking directories and niche review platforms that the AI uses to double-check that you actually exist. And third, you just don't have anything quotable for the bot to lift.
Which really brings us to this incredibly powerful reality. Vague is invisible. Seriously, let that sink in for a second. Marketing fluff like quality workmanship, or competitive prices, or we have a fully qualified team, that gives an AI bot absolutely 0 hard, specific facts to grasp onto. Tens of thousands of websites use those exact same phrases. AI assistants crave specifics. They want to know you have a fixed diagnostic fee, or a specific certification by name, or exactly how many years you've been in business. If you're vague, the machine literally cannot see you.
All right, let's move on to section 2, the nightmare scenario, AI hallucinations.
Now, you might think being skipped entirely is the worst-case scenario. Actually, scratch that. There's a threat that's even worse. It's when the AI knows exactly who you are, but confidently gives your customer completely wrong details. You see, AI behavior fundamentally differs from a standard search engine. AI assistants really hate a vacuum. When they're missing a specific detail about your business, maybe your hours, your pricing, or your phone number, they don't usually just say, I don't know. No, a lot of times they'll hallucinate. They'll just fill in the blanks with information that sounds totally plausible, but is completely incorrect.
The sources we reviewed highlight a truly gripping nightmare scenario that shows exactly how this plays out.
Okay, imagine it's the middle of a massive heat wave. A customer's house is sitting at like 115 degrees because their AC just completely died. They're panicking. They pull out their phone and ask their AI assistant, who can fix my AC right now? And guess what? The AI actually recommends your business. You won the recommendation, but it hallucinates your phone number. So this frantic customer calls the wrong number, gets a dead line, hangs up in frustration, and immediately calls the next name on the AI's list. Boom, you just lost a massive emergency job. And honestly, the real gut punch here, because there was no missed call in your phone logs and no bounced visit on your website stats, you will literally never even know it happened.
Let's dive into Section 3, Traditional SEO versus AI Visibility.
This whole dynamic is exactly why we have to completely shift our paradigm. What you're currently doing for marketing is just fundamentally different from what an AI requires. Just look at the stark contrast here. Traditional SEO, that's all about fighting to rank on a scrolled page of results. You're competing for a spot on a long list, and you measure your success in clicks and traffic. But AI visibility? It's a totally different ballgame. The goal here is to get named directly inside one single conversational answer. You are competing for just one of maybe 3 mentions, period. And success isn't measured in raw traffic to your homepage anymore. It's measured in citations, mentions, and absolute factual accuracy. Just because you rank high on Google absolutely does not guarantee an AI assistant will ever even speak your name.
Moving right along to Section 4, the blueprint, how to win recommendations.
So if traditional SEO isn't going to cut it anymore, how do we actually bridge this visibility gap? What's the actionable solution? Well, you have to build your presence on 3 core pillars of AI trust. Pillar 1 is answer readiness. Your content has to directly address the actual natural language questions that real buyers are asking. Pillar 2 is fact density. You've got to replace all that vague marketing fluff with hard, specific data points, actual numbers, and real policies that an AI can confidently repeat to someone. And Pillar 3 is corroboration. The AI needs to see your business name, your address, and your phone number matching perfectly across multiple third-party directories and review platforms, just so it can trust that you're actually a legitimate operation.
And here's a really clear roadmap on how you can actually execute this. It starts with just taking 10 minutes to check your baseline. Just go find out what AI is saying about you right now today. Then, day 1, answer questions out loud. Build an FAQ page using the literal questions buyers ask as your exact headers, and then answer them directly in the very first sentence. Week 1, publish your specifics. Put your exact prices, your response times, and your specific service areas right on your site. And finally, you absolutely must check and verify this every single month. Answers are going to change as the underlying sources change, so this is definitely an ongoing process, not just a one-and-done quick fix.
All right, Section 5, tracking your AI visibility score. Because this landscape is shifting continuously, flying blind is just no longer an option. You really need to actively track this new channel. And that means monitoring your visibility across the 4 major AI engines: ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, and Claude. There are specialized tools emerging right now that will actually assign you a 0 to 100 visibility score across these platforms. You have to monitor this score. You have to track your competitors' share of voice. And most importantly, you have to use this tracking to instantly detect those really dangerous hallucinations about your pricing or your contact info before they start costing you real sales.
And honestly, the ROI on doing this work is pretty incredible. Our sources provide this fantastic case study of a B2B SaaS company that offers project management software. So they were losing signups even though they had really great Google traffic. They dug in and found out their AI visibility score was a dismal 23 out of 100. So what did they do? By simply creating AI-optimized FAQ pages, publishing direct, specific comparison pages against their competitors, and just fixing their third-party directory citations, their score skyrocketed to a 71. And the result of that? A massive 43% increase in trial signups. And the referral tracking proved that those buyers came directly from AI recommendations. Fixing your answer readiness drives real, tangible bottom-line growth.
So I want to leave you with this final thought. It really is the only question that truly matters in this entirely new search landscape. If a ready-to-buy customer, someone standing in their living room right now with a broken AC, or maybe a business owner desperately looking for new software, pulled out their phone and asked an AI assistant for a recommendation, would it say your name or your competitors? The shift to AI discovery, it isn't just coming, it is already here. It's time to make sure your business is actually part of the conversation. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope this gave you a brand new perspective on your visibility, and I will see you in the next one.